Hi! Today let's learn how to use the time clock to track your work hours. By clicking your profile picture, you'll find the time clock feature. Clicking on the clock in option will set the current time as the beginning of your work hours and display your entrance time. You can now go about your workday. Once you've finished working, click on your profile picture. You'll now see the clock out option. By clicking it, the end of your work hours will be logged and the total number of hours and minutes you've worked will be displayed. In this way, you and all your fellow employees can easily log your hours. If you won't see the time clock option, it may not be enabled in your system. To enable it, go to your settings and open the company info section. Here you can use the show time clock field to set if the time clock will be displayed. This field will set if the time clock will be displayed or hidden for all the users in your system. Let's see this in practice. If we set this field to no and then refresh the page, we'll see that the time clock option is no longer displayed under my profile. By setting this field back to yes, we'll enable this feature and once again be able to see the time clock. Please note that the time clock feature is not included in all licenses, so you may not see it. Once you start logging your hours, you can check, track, and update them in the system. This can be done using the time clock object, which we can open using the top bar menu. Here you find a record for each time a user has clocked into the system. For example, if I clock into the system now and then click the refresh button, this view will now include a new record. Let's open this record and take a look at the fields. The record number field will be automatically set by the system and can be used to identify the record. The user field will show which system user this record belongs to. The clock in and clock out fields are both set based on the exact time the user clicked the time clock button under your profile picture. The day of week field will automatically fill in with the day of the clock in time, while the total work time will fill in with the exact amount of time between the clock in, clock out times. By filling in the clock out time, we can see this field set automatically. Like any other system record, time clock records have the created and modified fields, which can be used to track information about each record. You can use the different time clock fields to create views and dashboards which display and analyze your system users' work times. For example, you can display each user's monthly hours, check each user's hours against their productivity, see which departments work the most amount of hours, and much more. There's one last thing I'd like to go over. If we jump over to my profile and scroll down, we'll find the on shift field. This field currently displays yes, because my user is currently clocked in and has not yet clocked out. If I clock out and refresh the page, this field will now display no, as my user is no longer currently working. This is a great way for managers to quickly check which of their employees is working. By enabling and using the time clock, you can have all your users easily track their hours. Managers will also be able to check who's currently on the clock, use views to check over monthly hours, and analyze work hours with dashboards.